Adam Blair. I'm the executive editor at Retail Touchpoints, and I'm here talking to Rob Armstrong, who's the VP of Portfolio Marketing for Zebra. And we're talking about a very exciting deployment of handheld devices at Walgreens, and something that's really going to help the customer-facing aspect of what the associates in the store are going to be able to do. So Rob, I was curious if Zebra did any modifications or customization to the technology specifically for Walgreens, and you know, how did they contribute to the solution if it did take place?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say every engagement that we have is going to be customized because the retailer's back end is going to be different. Their ROI and the benefits they're looking for is going to be different.
Sure.
The workflow may be slightly different as well. Now, typically, once we work with that retailer, we don't have to necessarily customize the hardware, like the physical device, that much. But where we will see customization is in the integration into their back end. And so particularly with Walgreens, there were two things that they asked us to do on the software side of the device. One was by leveraging their existing terminal emulation solution, putting it into Android, and so there's some customization we needed to do on the code there.
Okay.
And the second thing is, if an associate or a team member had an issue with a device, like an application froze or something crashed, they wanted to have better understanding of what was happening and why, so they could then root cause it and fix it. And so there was additionally some code that we did on the devices there.
So it wasn't so much of a black box, they might be able to understand a little bit more about what the application is actually doing. Okay.
Yeah, and what they're looking for there is, can we make the migration as smooth as possible for the team members, and if something goes wrong, can we triage it to understand and then fix it? Retail is our biggest industry. Roughly, it's about 40% or so of our total business.
Oh, okay.
Last year at NRF, if you remember, we had Target in the booth.
Yes.
And Target was doing something very similar to what Walgreens is doing. In addition to that, the A.S. Watson Group over in Europe and APAC recently selected us as our 2019 Technology Partner of the Year. And domestically, Schnucks and Beals, both more regional customers, we've been doing business with. We've got references over the last year of, specifically in Latin America, Kevingston with RFID and McDonald's with tablets. And then the company that recently took over Staples in Australia.
Interesting.
Wink is what they're called. Another big deployment that we've done with them. So we've always had a lot of strength within retail, but we've been helping a lot of customers doing exactly what Walgreens is doing, which is improving that shopper engagement by arming their associates with technology.
Yeah, well that leads into my next question. What would you say are some of the key features of the technology that help Walgreens in both its customer experience and store operations goals with the deployment?
Yeah, specifically on the TC51, which is more the associate-focused device, one of the key differentiators is the Android platform. And it sounds a little interesting to talk about Android as a differentiator, but relative to the old technology that we're using, it is a big difference in terms of the user experience and allows Andrea and the team to deploy applications much more quickly. Andrea is right now they're rolling out sprints of new code roughly every 3 weeks, which is really, really interesting and really agile. The reason why Android is so interesting is Zebra is by far the leader in enterprise-grade, rugged handheld devices running on Android, more than 60% share globally.
Wow.
And what makes it very specifically unique to Zebra is the fact that it's not just regular stock Android. We have something called Mobility DNA that we bake into Android in order to make it more appropriate and friendly for the enterprise. Two key things that come out of that. One is called Lifeguard. Lifeguard is an overall solution that we put into the Android ecosystem that allows for security patches and updates above and beyond what you would get from the standard operating system refresh. The reason why that's important is we did our shopper study. We do it every year. This is our 11th time doing it. The number one industry for the lowest level of trust from shoppers in trusting that industry is going to protect their personal information is retail. And by having secure devices and the ability to protect that over time is a real differentiator, because they're going to use these for several years.
Yeah.
The other thing that comes with Mobility DNA is a whole suite of applications and tools, things like Swipe Assist or Enterprise Keyboard that makes it very easy for the team member to leverage the technology, or some things that make it a lot easier for the back-end IT administrator to control when patches and different updates are pushing to the device. So a lot of that is built into Android, which makes it very appropriate for this type of use case.
Okay. And overall, what do you think Zebra brings to the table? You've already identified, you have a global reach, you focus on retail, but is there something specific you think that Zebra brings to a deployment like this, which is a big deal? It's a large-scale deployment.
Yeah, I would say there's several things. I'd focus on three things in particular. One, everything that we do, from the hardware to the software to the services we wrap around it, is grounded in purpose-built design. And the way that we design solutions and products for a retailer like Walgreens or a healthcare customer or a T&L company is going to be very, very different, but it's always driven by purpose-built design.
Okay.
The second thing is because we work with so many retailers, we get to really understand what that workflow looks like. And so really what we're trying to look at is understanding how a collaborative mobile workflow for these team members at Walgreens or other customers can really be enabled by technology, and it's maybe more than a device. We bring in other partners from our overall solution ecosystem in order to bring that particular benefit that they're looking for.
Okay.
And really the third thing is that solution ecosystem. We've got over 10,000 partners, over 100 countries, and we've got about 14 different partners. It's the most we've ever had in our booth. 14 different partners showing different applications and software innovation, running partnership with Zebra technology in order to provide retail benefits. And so those are the three key things that we deliver to our retail customers.
Yeah, it's always an impressive booth, and there's always a lot going on here, and you're in a prime spot.
Yes.
Well, Rob, thank you so much for talking
Awesome.
to me,
Thank
and
you.
thank you for telling me more about Zebra's side of this.
Excellent.
Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Adam. See you.
Thank you.